the IBF rules. 10-point must-scoring system, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Here's Jimmy Lennon.
Windmills, this bout coming your way is a world title. Featured attraction once again brought to you by Don King Productions and Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers. This bout is sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation, the president, Robert Lee Sr., supervisor in attendance, Robert Lee Jr., along with the Tennessee Boxing and Racing Board. Director of boxing is John Hopkins. Introducing to you our judges, scoring this bout from ringside, Samuel Conde, Robert Gonzalez, and Don O'Neill. A referee in charge, working in this, his 32nd world title bout, Denny Nelson. All right, fans, here we go with the IBF Welterweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. I present to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing black and red trunks, joining us all the way from Westerham, Kent, England. He weighed in at a ready 146 1/4 pounds. With a record of 19 wins, he has only 1 defeat and 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight's challenger, he is making his first attempt at a world title. Please welcome Kevin "The Look" Lueshing. And his opponent across the ring, presenting the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks tonight, hailing from Cupe Alto, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with 30 wins, no losses, 26 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome one of boxing's great young stars and pound-for-pound best, tonight making the 11th defense of his title, introducing the undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, Felix Tito Trinidad.
All right, in world record and world title bouts, Felix Trinidad is 11-0 with 10 knockouts, and Kevin Lueshing is in his very first world title fight. This should be interesting to see if he can rise to the occasion. Remember, Lueshing actually has a better first-round knockout percentage than does Felix Trinidad. He knocks guys out in an average of 3.3 rounds. It takes 4 rounds for Trinidad. Somebody's going to go in this one. That I'll promise you. Trinidad predicts it'll be inside of 3. Lueshing predicts it'll be inside of 6. But Lueshing predicts he'll be the knockout-er as opposed to the knockout-e that Felix Trinidad is predicting he'll be. Let's listen in to the referee, Denny Nelson.
Fight hard, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck to both of you.
By the way, both fighters are on win streaks. Trinidad 30, it's current. Lueshing 11 wins in a row. All right, they're set to go. In career rounds, 122 for Trinidad, 67 for Lueshing. This is the night of his life for Kevin Lueshing from Westerham, Kent in England. For Felix Trinidad, another day at work against another tough challenger. I'm Bob Sheridan. We're coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee. The doctors are here, the bell sounds, and the IBF Welterweight Championship is underway. Trinidad to the right of your screen in white, with the red and blue trim and the flag of Puerto Rico on his left leg. And the fellow in the black and red trunks is Kevin Lueshing. Both guys trying to feel each other out. Lueshing said he would be kind of feeling on Trinidad in the first round to see if anything would happen. No punches have been thrown. Trinidad, Tito, a little bit cautious, and he usually is in the very early going. Sometimes it takes a good shot for him to be hit with before he wakes up and really gets going. And he's the type of guy that when he gets knocked down, people say, uh-oh, I don't want to be the opponent now, because that really gets him going. Lueshing has the type of power in his hands that he could knock Trinidad down, but he's not going to knock him down from fighting 3 feet away. So far, they haven't come together. Lueshing, if you notice, has a very wide stance, and it will affect his mobility. And as soon as the people in the corner of Tito Trinidad realize that, you'll see Trinidad use more side-to-side movement. Right now, they're coming straight into each other. Now, see the quick step to the right by Felix. Felix is so smart. He does things so well. He does things that you don't realize what he's doing. No punches at all in this fight. Lueshing finally throws something. The crowd will get on these two guys. But don't worry, Trinidad, known to start like this, has a right-hand, sneaky right-hand lead by Lueshing, but it's short. Remember, there is a bit of an advantage for Tito Trinidad, and that is that he looks taller. If he isn't taller on the scorecards, they say they're both 5'11", and I don't believe it. Trinidad looks taller, and he looks like he has more in reach advantage. The Showtime fellas in the American Network measured Trinidad, but they wouldn't let us measure the Lueshing, and I don't believe that they're both the same height and both have the same reach. I believe that Trinidad has both at least an inch height advantage, and I don't know what in reach, but he does have an advantage. Little tired to go, not crowd pleasing to this point, but believe me, folks, you'll get your money's worth before this one's over. Lueshing bangs with the left hand, and the crowd does come to life just a bit to see something. Tito Trinidad, a little bit cautious in the early going. He'll open up anytime he decides to. Right now, what he's doing, and he's not just wasting time in there, he's seeing what feints can move this guy certain ways. He's testing the left jab. He'll test the right hand. He'll step to the left and feint and see where he can score. These are not designed to do anything but get him in position. Timing, positioning, and boxing. This is not what you would call a mindless series of movements by Tito Trinidad. Felix knows exactly what he's doing. He wants to see how the guy moves while with the left hand is Lueshing. See, Trinidad just moves the head a bit and slips the punch. Trinidad seeing if he can get him to back. Lueshing showing a little bit more movement than perhaps Felix thought he'd see. Crowd not exactly pleased by this, but believe me, in the next round, this thing will open up a bit. Lueshing doing what he has to do. You see on the trunks of Lueshing as he walks in there, April and Ruby. Ruby's his daughter, was born in the month of April, and the other one, Jackie, is his wife. But right now we're in the corner of Felix Trinidad.
Ya está cediendo a la presión. La cuestión es poder meterle la mano. La cuestión es poder meterle la mano al cuerpo ya mismo. Con calma, mano alta. Llaveando. ¿Tentando bien? Sí, tentando perfecto, seguro.
Just telling him to be calm and patient and to focus, and that's exactly what he's doing. He doesn't need to press, he's the champion.
La pelea de nosotros ya. Tranquilo.
They're telling him to go to the body.
Con calma.
Felix very confident. He says, I know what I have to do. All right, here we go. This is round number 2. An even first round in that nobody really did anything. Trinidad tested the waters a little bit. You'll see him pick up the pace a little bit more here in round number 2. You will like this round better than the first round, and so will I. All right, let's see just how much adrenaline Felix gets going. He knows exactly what he has to do. Lueshing does a little bit of assaulting on his own. They want him to pick up the pace a bit in that corner, too. That's Tito Trinidad in the white to the right of the screen. You see him short with his punches. He's really very cautious with this guy, Lueshing, and I think a lot of that has to do with the great job that happened to the Moroccan fighter doing and lifting the title from Frankie Randall. You can be sure that Trinidad is aware of the great job that Raul did on Frankie Randall. It just really surprised everybody here, and Tito a little bit more cautious than I've seen him, although he's trying to pick it up now and cut this guy off. It's very strange. Lueshing is fighting the type of fight that Raul did in the first fight, staying away from Frankie Randall. The only thing is, Frankie Randall's 35. This kid's 24. He can chase him all day. He catches Trinidad. Showing power. Trinidad's down. And it's one of those flash knockdowns. He caught him with a left hook, and he surprised Tito. Plenty of time. Tito always comes back stronger after he gets knocked down. That's sometimes what he needs. He got knocked down, and let's see if it gets him going. It'll give Lueshing confidence as he moves in. Trinidad takes one to the body. Trinidad not opening up, not panicking. We've seen it happen against Obakar. We've seen it happen against many opponents. He's been down 5 times in his career Against Yuri Boy Campos, he went down. Against Obakar, he went down. And in both cases, it was early in the fight, and in both cases, he knocked out the opponent. So let's see if it's the wake-up call for Trinidad. You heard me say before the fight that sometimes it takes something to get his adrenaline going. Wow, with the left hand. Wow, with the right hand is Lueshing. But we now know one thing. Lueshing does possess some power. Or once again, do we question the chin of Felix Trinidad? Lueshing now does have the respect that he didn't before of Trinidad. Maybe Trinidad realized the power of Lueshing, and perhaps that's why he was so cautious. Lueshing landed 2 punches. It was a pretty good left hand and then a real good left hand to flatten the champion. A good shot got Trinidad by surprise, one of those flash knockdowns, and Trinidad now chasing Lueshing. It's amazing, both European fighters doing a nice job defensively, staying away from these big punches of the American fighters. Trinidad is wide-eyed now. He knows what he has to do with that chopping right hand by Lueshing again. Both guys wild at the bell. Well, there's Lueshing's 10-8 round.
El mismo terreno, pero fue terreno. ¿Está bien? ¿Cómo estás? Perfecto. Nosotros sabemos que él pega, pero tú también pegas. Y tú no la has pegado. Ahora que ver si él aguanta tu pegada cuando tú te la pegas. ¿Está bien? ¿Está bien?
Asked him how he is, of course. Trinidad told him he was fine, no problems. Now we show you the knockdown. See him coming in, he catches him. That's a real good shot. And he gets on him again, and he catches him again. The second shot wasn't as good as the first one. The first one got him in trouble. Remember I said Kevin knows how to follow up when he gets a guy in trouble? Watch this. Bang! He really spun the head on that one. And Trinidad's eyes are clear. Now you see the April ruby there? April is the month his daughter Ruby was born in. Also on those trunks, he has NCAA or NACC. I don't know what that's for. It has something to do with the prevention of cruelty to animals or something. Oh, to children. Here we go to round number 3, and I've got Kevin Lueshing out in front by a couple of points in this fight. Scored the first round dead even, and the second round at 10-8 with a knockdown in favor of Lueshing. Trinidad down in the second round, and a real good left hook. This is round number 3. Bob Sheridan here, the IBF Welterweight Championship of the world. Tito on the assault all the time, but not able to catch up with this guy. Lueshing showing some nice defensive tactics. And a lot of the British press guys that were here, Colin Hart, when I say we're here, are here, they really like this kid. They say this kid has tremendous power. And if that's the case, that he has shown the power here, and look at those powerful shots there too, just grazing the jaw of Tito Trinidad. This kid does possess some punching power. Lueshing surprising Tito with 2 nice left hooks in that second round to score the knockdown. Tito on the assault again. He hasn't landed anything. First round, neither guy did anything, and I thought Tito was showing too much respect to Lueshing. Now I fully, and I'm sure you do, understand why. There, he nails him with a left hook, and Lueshing's down. He's all right. His eyes are clear. The count's at 4. He'll take the standing 8 count. I don't know if his legs are totally back. It was a left hook by Tito Trinidad. He's ready to go. Referee Denny Nelson makes sure he's okay. Now watch Lueshing now try to come back and land something in Trinidad. Trinidad is the type of guy, when he gets knocked down, really gets busy. And he's chasing Lueshing down. Lueshing on his horse. Watch out for the left hook, Lueshing. It's the right hand he'll fake with and then nail you with the left. He almost caught him behind the ear again. Lueshing's eyes aren't clear. Straight left. Right hand backs him off again. Trinidad knows what he's doing now. He's scoring punches almost at will. Bang, he nails him again. Gets his legs to buckle just a bit. But he's ducked underneath the punch. He gets out of the corner. Nice job by Tito to keep him in there. Big body shot underneath that right elbow by Trinidad. Trinidad really trying to pick up the pace. Kevin smart, and then he moves down the ropes, slides down the ropes again. Felix Trinidad has retained his title with a knockout at the closing bell of the third round. Wow. That came at 2:59 of the third round. I wasn't sure if the referee would stop it or not. Lueshing's eyes are watered, and I think his corner was glad they did stop it. The kid may be hurt. He's back up on his feet now. Lueshing's legs are still a little rubbery. I'll tell you, it didn't last long, and Tito Trinidad said it would end in the third, and it took just about the full three. But I don't know about you, I got my money's worth. We're going to show you all three knockdowns in this round. This is pretty exciting. This will be the very first knockdown. This is a left hook that'll catch him. Feints, sets him up, feints again, bam, right there, behind that right ear. But his eyes, you'll see him look this way now. He looks up, his eyes are clear. His legs aren't there, but his eyes are there, and his head is there. You see the referee, Denny Nelson, look right into those eyes, and he sees the clarity. What's this? What do we got here now? There's Lueshing fighting back. Bang to the body. He comes back. You see, backs Trinidad off a bit. Then a nice uppercut. That one is a telling blow. Much heavier than the first one. He looks back up. That's the second knockdown. And now this is the end of the fight. Now it's very close to the bell. He's backing up. Boom, a straight right hand. And that's all she wrote. Down he crumbles the canvas. And look at the eyes there. They're glazed over as he rolls back on his back as the blood trickles from his lower lip and the eyes roll back into the head. I'll tell you one thing, Lueshing was game while he was around. Trinidad knocked down in the second, and the challenger down 3 times in the third. Well, once again, it took a knockdown for Trinidad. Hey, he may have a questionable chin, but it doesn't make any difference, because in order to get knocked out, you got to knock him down. This kid's something else. He's a terrific fighter. Here's Jimmy. Little microphone problem for Jim, and they don't hear him in the arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 59 seconds of round number 3. Our referee in charge, Denny Nelson, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, still the IBF welterweight champion of the world, Felix Tito.
Wow, 2:59 of the third round, TKO. Felix Trinidad, I'm sure we'll have some interviews here. Dr. Pacheco speaks Spanish, so we'll be able to get all of this and have it explained to us. That was a terrifically interesting fight. There's Frank Warren, who is partner of Don King in the European Theater of Operations. He'll be promoting that big fight between our man, the featherweight Tom Boom Boom Johnson, on the 8th of February. And of course his man, Prince Nassim Hamad, who is a huge star in the Middle East, Europe, Africa, and becoming a big star in the Far East, in Canada, and just about every place else in the world but the United States. Look at this. Trinidad on the assault. Let's go to the interview now.
Me colocó un buen golpe y yo te vieron, me tumbó, pero como todas mis peleas que me han tumbado, que gracias a Dios mi condición, he parado y...
He knew he was a counter puncher. It was a hard hit. He did feel it. He went down, but like always, he gets up and attacks. He doesn't see that that's anything different. Mira aquí en donde te vamos a enseñar al final de esa pelea y hablamos más. Ahora, usted va a hablar. Este es lo que le pasó. Ok, tú me dices eso.
Bueno,
un contragolpe.
Un contragolpe. Ahí fue que no me tumbó a mí. Ah, ok. Sí.
Ahora, ¿eso fue dolor o fue nada más sorpresa?
No, para mí fue, me colocó un buen golpe, fue un gancho izquierda.
I said, was that pain or was that surprise? And he said it was both, because he hit me with a left hook and I went down, it hurt, and I went down. We will now try, vamos a tratar de enseñarte tu knockdown cuando llegamos a ese punto. ¿Tú pensabas que tenía cualquier problema con él después que te levantaste? Did you think you'd have any problem with him after you got up?
Yo estaba bien tranquilo y bien seguro de que yo iba a ganar por nocaut. Me ha pasado en varias peleas y yo estaba bien tranquilo.
All right, este es el final de la pelea. He was confident that he was going to win once he got up. He didn't worry about that. He thought that was right. And here, aquí es el final de la pelea.
Bueno, yo lo había lastimado con una izquierda.
Said I've hit him with a left hook.
Ahí fue con una recta, ahí lo lastimé con una recta.
A right hand, put him down.
Y sonó la campana.
And then the bell sounded. ¿Tú creías que se iba a levantar? Did you think he was getting up?
No, yo estaba bien difícil que se levantara.
No, he wasn't going to get up. It was all over. ¿Tú crees que necesitaba el tercer knockdown? Porque en el segundo parecía bastante. Do you think you needed the third knockdown?
Sí, bueno, el árbitro podía detener la pelea, pero el árbitro hay que decide.
Yeah, he said the referee could have decided to stop it in the second round, but he's the one that decides. If he says 3, then we'll knock him down 3 times.
Antes que nada, quiero mandar un saludo a mi gente de Puerto Rico.
Perdóname. What I was referring to was he had 2 knockdowns and then he knocked out, but whereas he just had the knockdowns. But en la pelea, cuando te tumban a ti y tú te levantas con confianza que vas a ganar otra vez, ¿no?
Sí, seguro que sí. Yo me levanté con mucha confianza y estaba seguro de que yo iba a ganar la pelea.
All right, he was sure that he was going to win.